Okay, this will capture the screen. Okay. So,
Okay.
I'll start off again. Basically, this is a case of a person who has been in USA for the past 20 years, working in an oil company, and on a work permit. Now he has applied for the green card, so he wants to know whether he will get the green card and permission to stay on, or he'll have to return back to India. So as always, I started off with the HORA. So HORA is, can you see the mouse move? Yeah, I think you can see the mouse move, right? So basically, the HORA is Saturn, which is the second or third lord, but I have connected it to third because third is also the Karak of documents. So HORA is the third lord, which signifies documents, because three is the Kalpurush Kundali's Mercury, which is again green in color. So green color document. Saturn is also related to career. So that is career green color document, and Saturn is also oil. So some green colored document related to oil, and it is seated in the 11th Rashi of desire fulfillment. So the HORA itself is telling the complete story, that it is regarding some document which is green in color, which is related to career, which is connected to oil, and that Saturn has gone and sat in the 5th house, first Rashi of Mars. So 5th house of Mars. Mars is again job. Okay, and fifth is the 12th to the 6th. So it is anti-job. Are you getting what I'm saying? So what I suddenly jump to the Kal Purush Kundli and then do the calculations over also. So 6th is the house of job. 6th is the house of job. 5th will be the house of losing a job. 5th is the house of losing the job. Correct? So basically, the third lord of documents and all that green thing is seated in the 5th house, which is the anti-6th house, loss of job. Okay, and that is in the nakshatra of Mars, which is basically job. Okay, and in the same Rashi, that is the Mars Rashi, in the 12th house, 8th Rashi, Kavipu is seated, catching Mars over there in the 11th house. So if you see here, see this was the Saturn thing in the Mars Rashi. Okay, 5th also is the natural 5th house, which relates to government, because Sun.
Yes.
Correct, Sun. Now the same Rashi over here, which happens to be the 12th house, 8th Rashi, Mars. So 12th is foreign, 12th is also loss, and Kavipu is seated there, and Mars happens to be job, and it is hitting Mars in the 11th house. 11th house from Udayam, which is basically the desire fulfillment house, which also happens to be the Bhagya of the document. Bhagya, every time you check anything, check the 9th from it to see the Bhagya. Bhagya is the destiny. Misali, Bhagya means destiny. Bhagya is destiny. So from document, the 9th one is this guy over here. So the Bhagya of the document.
This is a 9 from the third house. It is a 9 from the third house.
Because third house is the document. Third house is the house of document.
It is 9 from third house. It will be 11th house.
11th house. So 11th house is the desire fulfillment also. It is also related to the Bhagya, that is destiny of the document. There itself this Mars is seated, which is job. Okay. And Mars is basically seated in the nakshatra of Jupiter, which is the Udayam Lord also. And it is also the 4th house Lord, which is the motherland. And that is getting caught by Kavipu. So, from the 12th house of loss and foreign country. So, some foreign country loss connected to job in the Bhagya of the document. Everything, all that connects, and just at the HORA level itself, the case is solved, actually speaking. Okay.
Yes.
The second one I took was the Badak Lord is Mercury. If you see here, this is the Badak house. So Badak Lord is Mercury. Mercury again is green. Mercury again is documentation. And it is also the Lord of the 10th house of career. So the Lord of the 10th of the career is also the Badak Lord, and it is seated in the 8th house of obstacles. Okay. And it is in the natural Rashi of Moon. which is also the karak of travel, and it is also karak of undecisiveness, म्हणजे kabhi हाँ kabhi na sort of a thing. You see, the Badak Lord is seated. So here I have written that Badak Mercury in the nakshatra, basically Mercury, which means green or document, is the Lord of the 10th house, that is career, seated in the 8th house of obstacles, and it is third from Aruda. If you see here, from Aruda,
Yes.
Mercury is in the third this thing. So third again is the document. So it shows that the document is also seated in the house of obstacles. So you know, from the Hora itself and the Badak Lord itself, the entire story is opened up. You don't even need to go to the next level. But anyway, we have done the rest of it. Now if you see Sun, which is the government, okay, is the nakshatra, it's in the nakshatra of Ketu, which is the 12th Lord. So Sun is government, okay, because I wanted to see what the government has to say about it. So Sun is government, it is in the nakshatra of, the Sun is in the nakshatra of Ketu. So it must be this Magha nakshatra, Mula nakshatra, sorry. Okay, so
Yes.
this is Sun here. It is it has crossed Udayam. Okay, the degree wise, if you see, this is 13 degrees, this is 12 degrees,
Yes,
10
yes.
degrees. So it has crossed Udayam into the, it is going to the 12th house. Now if you see, Udayam is in the nakshatra of 11th Lord Venus, which is the bhagya of the thing, as well as desire fulfillments. So the government has already crossed the desire fulfillment related to the native. Am I going too fast, or are you understanding it? समझ रहे हैं ना, Mr. Ali?
Actually,
Mr. Ali, did you
Yes.
understand?
yes, this is actually the sun is in the nakshatra of K2, which means the 12th Lord, and this the cross Udayam, it means the loss of
It's going to the 12th house and going towards Kavipu also.
yes.
So if you look at it from a different, if you look at it like a complete script sort of a thing, Sun, which is government, and which is also the 9th Lord of Bhagya of this guy, you know, his 9th Lord it is. Okay, in the nakshatra of 12th Lord of Ketu. So 12th can also mean loss, or 12th can also mean foreign, and Ketu can mean a cut. Okay, if that one has crossed Udayam, okay, and Udayam is in the nakshatra of Venus, which is again the bhagya of the document. So basically related to that event, it has already crossed and it is going towards Kavipu, which is the damager. And Kavipu has gone and caught Mars, which is basically job. So here also it is telling the same story, that it will not happen. Okay, then I went to the next thing, 5th Lord Mars, which is this fellow. Okay, 5th Lord Mars is the Kal Purush, 5th Lord of Sun, which is Leo, which is government. Okay, now that fellow has got hit by Kavipu. So basically Mars, which is representing in a way government, has got hit by Kavipu. Government will not do anything. It is of no use. I think, Mr. Ali, I think you are not understanding one thing. Basically, you understand Kal Purush Kundi, the basic default, Mars as first Rashi.
Yes.
Sorry, not Mars, Aries as first Rashi. That's called Kal Purush Kundi.
Yes. You usually use it frequently in the annotation.
I use it very often. So basically, because every time if you see now, I put this house, this Rashi Lord. That itself tells you the story. So this house is as per your Udayam, but this Rashi is as per the Kal Purush Kundli, where this guy will always be 1 number Rashi, 1 number house. This will be 2 number Rashi, 2 number house. That way. So if you use that as a backdrop, it helps in analysis. It helps a very quite a great extent. So here when you see, if let's say it is here, Kal Purush, this will be first house, first Rashi, Mars, because it is ruled by Mars. This will be second house, second Rashi, Venus. So now if you see Udayam is the first house because it's a Udayam. It's the 9th Rashi and it is Jupiter. You understand? So basically, even if you see from that angle, it is first house by something denoting that guy. So that is for sure. Ninth is also Bhagya. Ninth is also overseas travel. And Jupiter is again Bhagya. Okay, Bhagya means destiny. Okay, and it is also the natural 12th lord of foreign or oblique loss. You understand? So that's why when you use the Kal Purush Kundli as a backdrop, no, it suddenly opens up a different avenue altogether. So actually what I'm saying, maybe it might be a little complicated, but after 2-3 charts or like this, now you'll start understanding what I'm doing, because I'm putting that behind the chart and talking with it. Okay. So basically the 5th Lord Mars, if you see from here, this is the 5th house from Udayam. So 5th house is the natural 5th Rashi, which is Leo, which is ruled by Sun. Sun is government. So you understand? So that Mars is here caught by Kavipu. So it shows that Mars, which is job, in the 5th house, which is ruled by Sun, which is government. So job related with the government has been hit by Kavipu. And Kavipu is in the nakshatra of Anuradha, that is Saturn, which is again not only the 3rd lord, but it is also the Karak of career, job. So Kavipu, so if you run the full story now, Kavipu, which is seated in the 12th house, 8th Rashi Mars. So 12th house, again loss, foreign. 8th Rashi, which is of obstacles. Mars, which is job. So 12th house, 8th Rashi, Mars. That is telling the story, which is hitting Mars, which is the 5th Lord of natural government. So this itself is telling the story. Now if you see the SBC, I'm just putting this down now here, you can see it now. I'll change this chart.
Mr. Manish, a quick question. You usually use military MRI. What's the function of yes? What's the main function? It's MRI usually shows the problem. Yes.
No, MRI stands for Mrityu. Mrityu in direct word means death, but it does not have to be death. It can be death-like.
Okay. Is create a problem to something.
No, it's not creating a problem. 1 minute. Let me see if my mic level is down. My mic level is down. Can you hear me now better? Mrityu is basically in Sanskrit it is called, in Hindi it is called Mrityu Tulya Kashta. So Mrityu Tulya Kashta means obstacles or difficulties, and Mrityu Tulya means death like. So it is not a small obstacle, it is something death like obstacle. It's a very big obstacle. That's why I catch that Mrityu. Mrityu basically in Hindi means death. But everything doesn't have to be death, it can be death like. The obstacle was so big that it was almost like death like sort of. That is MRI. So wherever MRI catches, that tells me that okay, this fellow is going to have some difficulty. Like how you look at a Badak Lord, So like that you can look at this as a this thing. What is it called? Mrityu Tulya Kashta. So it is going to give you kashta, so much of hard work and obstacle that it is almost like taking on death.
Okay.
Now
solve the process.
So now if you see this, here if you see, this is the SBC with all the alphabets over here. Now I have changed the thing, and the latest one which I have put, I have changed. So Mr. Ali, you will be able to read it better. For your sake, I have made it in English. The latest one which I put, if you see on the group, the middle portion is different from that. There I have written the phonetics also, how to pronounce it. Like for example, this R they have written over here. It is actually not R, it is R. Like here I have written R. So in the new this thing I have written R. Like T is not T, it is T. Somewhere else it is D. This is not D, this is D. So D. So because I don't know what sort of names you have there, but here we have got very funny, like it can be Sashi or it can be Shashi also. So Sa and Sh. So that will make a difference, So that is basically the phonetics over here. So now I have changed that chart so that I'll show you that chart also later on. 1 minute, I'll show you just only for
Okay.
Where is that fellow gone? I don't know whether I put it in. Just now the one which I put up, no, that is, see this one. If you can see here, I've changed the thing. I've put R, T, I, that sort of thing. P, Sh, N.
It's very good. It's very good because it's more tangible to people like me to understand.
It will become easier for you to do. Like this is G, S,
Yes,
D,
yes.
Ch. Other than A, B, C, you will not understand only what is going on.
Yes, yes.
So actually, this I made specifically for you because the rest of the people will understand. You might not understand. So
Okay.
Here, if you see,
Thank you, sir.
just give me a minute. Hello. हाँ बोलो. नहीं क्लास सब बोल मीट भी बोलो. हाँ अच्छा निकाल है. ओके ये मतलब निकाले कि कब तक दाम दो. Okay bye. Yeah. So basically, now if you see, now that guy's name was Ramesh. Okay. So basically, this, if you see the Kavipu over here, if you can see this Kavipu was a straight hit which is going and hitting this 8th house. Okay. Kavipu is seated in the 12th house, 8th Rashi. If you remember the earlier chart, see Kavipu was seated in the 12th house. If you see this, in the 12th house, 8th Rashi.
Yes.
Okay, so here, if you see this, Kavipu seated in the 12th, height is the house, 12th house, 8th Rashi. You'll actually have to, after this, if you want, I'll quickly run you through how to read this chart, then I think it will be easier for you. So from the 12th house, 8th Rashi, so 12th is loss, 12th is foreign, 8th is obstacles. 8th is the 8th lord is Mars, which is again job. 12th lord is Jupiter, which is foreign, overseas, and also Bhagya, destiny. So Kavipu basically seated in the 8th house of obstacles, in the Rashi of Mars, which is job, in the this thing of 12th house, which is foreign, obstacle, Bhagya. That itself tells you the story. Kavipu seated here itself is telling you that it's going to damage that part. On top of that, the straight wave which goes here is hitting the 4th house, 8th Rashi. So 4th house is his present residence. 8th house is a disruptor. So it is showing that his present residence is going to get destroyed. He has to travel back to India. And if you see, it has cut through Ra, which is Ramesh. Ra. So this fellow cut through that Ramesh. Okay, now there is one additional thing which I have done, which is actually not in Sarvadabhadra Chakra, but it just came to mind, so I put it. If we just have this, since we have this x-axis, if I just put a y-axis over here, this y-axis goes and hits Naidan. Naidan basically means death. So again, here death doesn't mean that he's going to die, but death is like death-like situation. So 20 years if he's working there and suddenly it is a do or die situation, he stay here or go there. So it is something like Naidan. Naidan can also mean dhan is money, and nai dhan means lack of money. So if he loses that, he is losing the job. So that is also getting connected here. You understand? So that, and adhana also, by the way, is some sort of an obstruction. So if you see here, that's why I keep drawing these chotu lines, because exactly where is it going and connecting. Like for example, if there is some Rashi like this, is it going to the 7th or 11th house, 7th Rashi, or is it going to the 6th house? So that's why that if you see some place, I'll draw the line very minutely over here. Like for example here, if you see, I have kept this 5.4. So those calculations are little complex. I'll tell you that in some time. Just now you'll get really complex.
Okay.
Did you all understand? Did you understood?
Yes, I could understand. I don't know much about Sarvato Bhadra Chakra, but this Suryant, Bindu and Chandran Bindu I know. So I can understand.
That is little different. That is the Pushkar Navmanch and the circular chart you are talking about. That and this is not similar. After this, in 2 minutes time, I'll tell you how to read the chart. Then it will be easier for you.
Okay. And one thing I want to ask: how do you change the pattern of these charts so swiftly?
That's my secret. Magicians know. The chart. I have made a template. And as my practice is, once I make a template, I keep on improvising. And now you might have seen today itself, I have changed it 3 times. So I keep changing it, and once I change it, then on that chart I keep doing charts. So then it becomes like first time when I make this chart, the entire thing, it took me like almost 40 minutes to do one chart. So 40 minutes to do the chart and 3 minutes to analyze the chart. So that is not correct. Now I've got so used to it that within around 7 minutes my chart is ready.
But how do you superimpose Jama chart on this Sarvato Chakra?
No, that's what I'm saying. Not till yesterday I was doing that. Now if you see the latest one which I've sent you, let me see if I can get it here. Like here now I've kept them parallel next to each other. The left side is Jama Pole, right side is the Sarvadobhadra Chakra, and these are all those planets over there. In fact, the latest one which I've sent is even more this one. This is the one.
Yeah, you have superimposed that in the middle of Jama chart.
No, now I've kept them separate only because it was getting too complicated. I keep on updating. So left hand side is the entire thing that you see here is the Jama analysis.
Right.
That is getting reflected over here in the SBC.
Yes.
And all
Just extract some data from the left to the right.
Yeah. These are all the degrees and all the things which
Degrees and specifications.
Exactly. So that is how I keep changing that. Now even after that I have done something more. Now this is the latest one I was doing, that job cosmetic which Mr. Ali has asked. No? I was actually doing this when you called. So here if you see I've gone to another level where I've gone deeper as to connect. Like for example, here if you see Kavipu is giving a hit, and now this is an exact accurate hit at that point, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4th pada of this one. It on the same pada Mercury is there, transit Mercury. And if you see over here, Mercury happens to be the 3rd and 12th lord, okay, seated in the 8th house of obstacles. So I think she might be already be in a job or something, and she's trying to do the cosmetic thing, or vice versa. She's already in a cosmetic thing and wanting to do a job. So the third
the second scenario is true.
So she's in the cosmetic thing and she wants to get into a job, right?
Yes.
So basically what happens is third thing is a new initiative.
Hmm.
And 12th is say a loss in one way. So third house of new initiative and this might mean that the new initiative might not be so good because it is catching Mercury here directly, it's on top of Mercury. You understand? It's on top of Mercury. And here if you see the career, Saturn, which is the career, is not, that fellow is not hitting it. So if you see generally, you will say, okay, from this house it is hitting that house, then you'll say, okay, oh, it's gone. But actually when you go still deeper, you realize that it has missed it by quite a bit.
Very nice.
So the present scenario is good for her. The new initiative that she does will be a problem here. So this is what actually I was doing just now. I actually had forgotten about the class. You wrote that, so what I realized. So if you see here, it is that if you see the hit of Kavipu. Now this Kavipu I have generally put here, but Kavipu I have written here if you can see. Kavipu is at 94.12 degrees. This is 92. So it comes in the first pada of that. From there it is going out. From there it is cranking and coming here and going down. So it is actually coming at this point. So even if you calculate 94.1 till this edge, and from this edge you calculate there, Mercury comes exactly on that point. So it is like saying that Kavipu is hitting Mercury. Okay. And if you see Venus for that matter, because Venus is also glamour. So it is not hitting the thing like that. So she is presently in the cosmetic, is it? What is she presently into?
Yes. She's in cosmetic and actually they are our guests and already in the besides room over there because she is the wife of the brother of my wife.
Okay. So basically, see, this is
yes.
This is the
and also she's before she was in another city and come here and she wanted to find a job in Tehran in cosmetics, but she faces a lot of problems. And because of that, she wanted to initiate another, for example, office job, and after that, going through the cosmetics. That's why I asked you which better is focus on the cosmetic side, or she can start working in the office and after that join cosmetics.
cosmetic will be better
This
because
is
if you
a-
see from Udayam, the second house may Venus is there. Venus is basically glamour, beauty. Second house of income also.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Aslesha is basically again Mercury, which stands for business. Mercury is business. Like Mars is job, Mercury will be business. So that is what I was saying. And now if you go, what is her name by the way? Do you know her name?
The name is I. Start with Ida.
IDA,
Yes, IDAI.
idea. So I basically it will hit a I like that. So if you see here, can you see this I?
Yes.
So that is hitting the I. Okay.
Yes.
And it is going and hitting in the 8th house, 5th Rashi. So 5th Rashi or 5th house is basically Soch. Soch means your thoughts. 8th is obstacles. So from here, Kavipu is going through this I and going and hitting Jeshta. Hitting this 8th Rashi, 5th house. This basically stands for obstacles in the thoughts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And since it is hitting Mercury, which is the new initiative that she's trying to do, the new thing about the job. So here, if you see, it is
Yeah.
not hitting Saturn. So it is saying that okay, what you are doing so far, that is good enough. You don't need to change, because the change is getting hit here by Kavipu.
Manishi, one more thing is there, means this hit is there in on Purva Phaguni too.
Purva Falgun, yeah.
So that is Venus Nakshatra.
That's what I said sometime. It is hitting that Venus ka this only Rashi. Nakshatra. Correct.
And also the Mars in the chart is in Rohini. Rohini is related to the arts and cosmetic and also style.
Yeah. No, 1 minute. Nivedita ji, that is not correct. Basically, it is not hitting Venus, this thing. See, basically, if you see here, it is hitting Purva Falguni, which is the second house, 5th Rashi.
Pata.
This is the Rashi, this is the house. So, 5th house, second Rashi. So, again, the same thing. 5th house is Soch, thoughts. Second is money.
Second is Venus.
Money. Money. So basically her thoughts related to money about the new venture that she wants to do is getting hit by Kavipu.
Okay.
Which is again getting hit here also. Her Soch in Mars, which is the effort about new things. In Jeshta, which also stands for Mercury, which is business. New initiative, third this thing, is hitting by this. I think what I'm doing now. Tell me.
In brief, it's better to
Continue with the same thing.
be in the cosmetic.
Correct. So, but I'll finish this off in some time and then post you the full analysis.
Yes, sure.
As of now, it looks okay. So, what I'll do just now, I think I will show you how the thing works, the basic thing. These are all the cases which we have done. 1200 of them. Which
My God.
these people don't appreciate at all. The other group people. I actually felt quite funny when that fellow asked like that, it is all useless and all that. Why do you say useless? I am spending my entire energy doing this and you don't respect it, it's okay, but don't say it is useless. Anyway, chalo. See, I'll just run you through this so you'll understand how it works. So, Nivedita, I'll tell you the basics also. See, Sarvada Bada, that Ved, what we'd say, no?
Yes.
See, Mr. Ali, like aspects we have got in our regular this thing. In regular Parashari we have got aspects, right?
Yes.
So here aspect it is called Ved, V-E-D-H, Ved. Okay. Now here the Ved is totally different from our regular this. That 7th what we used to have over there, and then 4th and 8th for Mars and all that. So it is not here. Here there is a straight Ved. There is one hind Ved which goes behind, and there is one forward Ved which goes there. That's why you keep seeing that 3-3 which I keep drawing. Okay. Now there are lots of complexities or permutation combination this which we will not get into just now, because see, if it is in direct motion it will go right. If it is in retrograde it will go left. If it is in straight motion it will go straight and right like that. So let's not get into that. Just now I'm trying to catch all three and get to the bottom of it. Now here, how to read this chart is basically if you start from here, you see the Ashwini Nakshatra over there. So that is one. So from here, these nakshatras go all the way like this, including Abhijit, and come to here, which is the 27 or 28 nakshatra. Now there is one big dilemma between 27 and 28 nakshatras. I'll tell you about that after some time. You just will get confused. So in some things 27 is used, in some things 28 is used. But as of now, till you start using the special nakshatras from moon and the upagraha from sun, which I'll take up little later on, till that point of time you are not concerned with that. So just forget about it, just now, for the time being. So here if you see, this Abhijit should have been 22, but I erased that 22 and I put the, because Abhijit is one fellow who has come right in the middle like that. So I have removed it. So instead of 28, here I've got 27 only, because it helps me to calculate. But others, forget about it, doesn't make any difference. So these are the nakshatras which are laid out. Now nakshatra 0, every nakshatra, you know basics of nakshatra, Mr. Ali?
Sorry?
Do you know the basics of nakshatra, the degrees and all that?
Yes. There is a map. I usually refer to that to see
Yeah, I tell you, it's very
the
simple.
degrees.
Now, for example, if you see this, each nakshatra, okay, has got 1, 2, 3 and 4 what are called as pada, P-A-D-A, pada, or
Pada.
like divisions.
Yes.
So each pada is 3 degree 20 minutes. So basically 3 degree 20 minutes plus 3 degree, that is 640. 640 plus 320 is 10. 10 plus 320 is 1320. So this point is worth 1320 degrees. That's why I've written 13.2 over here. Then from 13.2 it will again go another 13.2, that is 26.4. From 26.4 it will go another 13.2, that will be 40. So these things what you see inside are the starting and ending point of that nakshatra for calculation.
Okay.
So it makes calculation easy. Now outside this 0, 0 what you see is the Rashi, this thing. Like Rashi is 30 degrees. Each Rashi is 30 degrees, right? Each box is worth 30 degrees. So this from here to here is 30 degrees. Then second Rashi is here is another 30 degrees. So you know, if you correlate over here, this is 53.2 plus 3.2 plus 3.2. So that comes to 60 degrees. So I have done all that calculation and put it at one place. So you don't have to do any calculation. If later on when you do the timing of event thing, no, this will help you. So anyway, so this middle, this left row is the nakshatra, right one is the Rashi, and the divisions over here are the different divisions in a Rashi, the 10 divisions which come over here, 9 divisions which come over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is the Navmansh. If you know Navmansh, it is the 9th division of a Rashi. So I have already put the 9 divisions over here, which is the Pada. You know, you were asking that day about the division, Navmansh divisions. So the Navmansh division is basically the Pada, that I have already put here. So the 9th Navmansh of second Rashi comes at 60 degrees in Mrigashira, something like that. So don't get into that, that will be complicated. So basically this is the entire route which goes around, and in the middle is this ABCD, whatever you got, the entire thing. Okay, now what I do is I take the Jagannath Hora, this thing, and I extract the what is it called, the Sarvatobhadra Chakra related to that question time, and I just paste it on top of this over here, and I delete the middle thing so that this is seen over here. Then depending on, let us say if Kavipu is here,
only you can do this.
no, you all will do it in some time, it's okay. I am just doing it concentrated effort, that's why. So if Kavipu is here, then Kavipu will go and hit here, Kavipu will go and hit here, and Kavipu will go and hit here.
Okay.
So then which all planets are there, what all is there, then all that calculation starts.
Okay.
So this is how the chart basically works, and this is how I have tried to merge this.
Okay. And is there any criteria of the means you told us that means one means there is an arrow, right hand side, left hand, both sides is fixed. But is there any criteria to which pada it will fall?
Yeah. So that's what I showed you in the earlier thing. No, I have done it to the accurate level. Like for example, if you see, let me zoom in over here. let us say there is something over here, or let's make it little simple because I will make it difficult without it. Let's say there is something in this pada. So from here, it will go 45 degrees into this pada.
Okay.
So the fourth pada of Aslesha will connect to the first pada of Maga.
Maga.
If you go from if that fellow is seated in the first pada of Aslesha, it will go 45 degrees and it will hit the fourth pada of Maga. Now you do any complicated thing. From here you do like this. Let us say from here you calculate. So if it is in the 1 to 3rd pada of Ardra, it might go here and now I cannot do it without the pen and this thing, but it will go and here. So you know exactly where it is.
Okay. It is that head is necessarily either right or left. It is 45 degrees.
Always 45 degrees. So
That's all.
basically,
That's all. Because it clears one concept. Na?
so even if you don't have a ruler, no, you can understand. See, for example, this is 1, this is 1. Now if you say Ardra is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will hit Hasta only. It will not go like this or like this. It will go 45 degrees. So from here, it's like hypotenuse. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Ardra and Hasta connected. Now, and the main thing is, see, if you are talking of any planet on this line, no, it will only hit 45 degrees to this guy and 45 degrees to this guy. Here it will be a straight way only. So, you know, if you get confused, will this 45 degrees go and hit here? So, it will never hit like this. It's not 45 degrees, but like, you know, diagonal, how we say, no, 7th aspect. That will never happen. It will always be, if the planet is anywhere over here, it will hit the flanking ones only. Like, let's take an example here. If this is 1, 2, from here it will hit 1, 2, and from here it will hit 1, 2. Like this. So, you know, 1, 2 over here. 1, 2 over here, and since it's going this side, it will be 1, 2 over here. So even without a ruler, you can do that calculation. Plus, I have sent you that full master chart, no, that colorful thing which I sent yesterday. Also, again I sent it. So if the planet is here, the front wave will go here, left will go here, right will go. Without the chart, also you can do it. So that if somebody makes a software at some point of time, then that can come. Everything will come at one shot, and then you say, oh, it is hitting this. So just now I'm climbing the mountain. That I know Rahu makes me climb the full mountain, come down, and then he gives me a chotu pill. This is the end of it. That has been my thing always.
Beautifully.
So this is what I've done. Here I put the Jamakol chart over here.
Okay.
I drag and drop like how you're doing, Mr. Ali, you're doing that Photoshop. You have made those icons and you pasted.
Yes.
That's what I've done. I pasted here.
So Jamakol technique copy paste? No.
Yeah.
It's not.
Basically, see what Jamakol comes out as is something like this. If you do the PDF now this PDF is not opening here.
Okay, right.
PDF, you'll see
When we save it, right.
So it will come as a PDF. From the PDF you can take it later.
Okay, understand.
So that is basically what it is. So this is how I constructed, this is how I put both of them, and this is how I'm correlating them. So I think it will take maybe a couple of more days before we can actually crack the thing. Then I'll be able to make it much more easier for you. But this is the background of it all.
And yes, I asked you about that nakshatra. This particular nakshatra will hit this. So that is all means that is documented.
That chart also I've given you, no?
Yeah. I had that chart. I got it printed out.
Like here, if you can see my you can't see one.
I have got the printout done. That particular chart.
Now, if you see this is my screen now. Background, I'll just show you. If you can see my screen, this portion, if you can see, this is the chart which I've given you. Can you see this?
Yes. You have given
This chart I've given. So if you see, now I cannot zoom in because it's my desktop. But if you see, like let's say some planet is there in Mula. So the front will be to Punarvasu, the hind will be to Revati.
Now I understand. You have explained it now.
Yeah.
Now I can understand this.
This is my entire master desktop, which has got all the data. I have put everything at one.
This is so beautiful. All the symbols and everything.
So if you see one Rashi, everything is in that. This I keep updating, so I have not yet got the full thing. And this is the master chart which I had shared long time on the main group, or the, I can't name the other group, where this was the house activation. So if somebody, let's say 6th house gets activated, then what gets activated for his younger sibling, for his younger sibling spouse, for the younger sibling child, for the younger sibling. So this is a house activation. Like yesterday, day before yesterday, that Vinayak from Germany, he asked that his wife is getting constipation.
Yes.
So basically her 5th house got activated. So that time her younger sibling, where is that younger sibling will be 3. So from here her younger sibling's career 6th house had got activated. So I asked him whether that wife's younger sister has a problem. So she said yes, and she wants to go foreign and she is fighting for that.
Okay.
So that thing came up from here. 5th over here has activated a younger sibling 6th, younger sibling career ka 6th house. 6th to the career. So that is obstacles related to career. So like that you can, this is a master chart which I have made where you can actually correlate the houses. If this is happening, then something related to father, something related to mother, something related to father's career, something related to mother's younger sibling, everything can come out like that.
And this red one is 6 8 12. Means warning sign.
Yeah, I have highlighted the 6 8 12 so that those are the possible
Warning means for obstacles or difficulties.
And this one now I'm just zooming in over here, so you see Mr. Ali, this was the one. See, Jupiter 1 degree takes 12 days.
Exactly. This is the thing that I'm looking for. Yes.
So Jupiter 12 days, Sun 1 day per degree, Moon 1 degree 2 hours, Venus 1 degree 1 day. So this is the thing which you want. This I am using to calculate. This morning also, if you remember, I told that Swati that she said 11:30 is the interview. I said it will be after 4 o'clock, and 4:30 the interview happened.
Perfect.
So this I have used. So that, like what they are saying in that other group, ki Jamapal and SBC is of useless, then they better show some way of timing of event.
Okay, Manishi, thank you so much. It is very amazing. Yes, you are applying it and you are telling that it's working. But now I could understand this.
No, but that Sarvatobhadra Chakra, now frankly speaking, is Mr. Ali, Sarvatva means everything. So Sarvatobhadra Chakra actually has got every detail in it. If you can understand how to analyze Sarvatobhadra Chakra, you don't even need the D1 chart. And then when you superimpose, so it's a very massive thing. So I am actually studying it since last maybe 5-6 months. But I have to get to the bottom of it, then only I'll be able to take out the juice of it. So it's a fantastic tool, So let's see.
Yes, actually.
Okay? Chalo then. See you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for your time, Mr. Manish. Very, very informative, very, beautiful class. I hope by week we continue learning from you and your site.
Now,
Thank you so much.
I have recorded this. Now let me just see how I can convert it to MP4 and then upload it on the YouTube and I'll send you the link for that.
Okay.
Huh?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. You can come back and. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye.